Okay, you beautiful passengers, welcome back to the back of the semi-truck, and y'all can tell from the thumbnail, you can tell from the title, Season 2, Episode 4 of The Ghost and Molly McGee, and I would say slight spoiler here because of the subject matter that's going to be in this episode, and I can tell what subject matter is going to be in this episode due to the fact of the title. Plus, I did have someone say, hey, there's going to be an episode about this for anybody who's sensitive to it. And I don't blame them for letting me know, because some people do have an aversion, let me get that word out of my mouth correctly, an aversion to stuff like that. And that was a really loud noise in the background. I tend to forget that this location that I'm at is doing some work to their stores, so yeah. Nonetheless, as I was trying to say, yes, it's a slight spoiler, but for anyone who's watching reactions, let's be real. Reactions are meant for people who have already seen the episode and are wanting to get someone else's point of view about something as it's happening while they're watching it. Or maybe they just want their afterthoughts and be like, hey, what did they think about that episode right after they watched it? And stuff like that. So, for people to think that I'm giving a spoiler for something that they haven't seen, you're not going to really be able to watch the episode through me anyway, for the most part, because of the filter I have to put on it and the voice kind of changing. Plus, on top of that, my talking over the episode when I have something happen. So, you know, y'all know what reactions are meant for. So, with that said, yes, we are going to deal with Libby getting her first period. And I said that in a way that sounded mean, that we're going to deal with, when really we're not dealing with it. You know, for that matter, she's the one dealing with it. Granted, yes, I know she's a cartoon character and she's not really dealing with anything. I get that. But her character in general is the one dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it. And yeah, that's what we're going to deal with. She's getting her first period. So I say, with that said, let's go ahead and check it out and see what we're going to deal with. And see what kind of let's just see what happens. So, play that intro.
Just want to do this quick rap about some cartoons that I watched as a kid. Hope you guys like it. So once upon a time, back in the first grade, I would sit around and watch the television all day. Eyes glued to the screen, no breaks in between. Try to name one.
A period piece. I'm going to presume this is the episode that they were talking about in the comments at one time. Oh, I see what's going to happen. They're going to have a sleepover, and Libby's going to feel embarrassed, and stuff like that.
Andrea may claim me as a BFF now, but you're my number one.
Oh, yeah. She does claim you as a BFF now, doesn't she? I remember that episode.
Come here. What's wrong? I got my first, it's my time of the month. What time of the month? You know.
Okay, so has your mom not explained this kind of stuff to you, Molly?
Molly! How adorably naive you are. She means she got her first period.
Yeah.
But this was on the fun agenda.
Oh, Molly, could you fetch our girls some supplies?
You mean like a flashlight, energy bars?
Pads,
No.
tampons, etc.?
Oh, right.
No,
Definitely,
yeah, not flashlights, Molly.
Bubby, we're talking high quality cheese.
Molly, I'm so proud of the adult you blossomed into. Now, what's important to know is that menstruation is a normal, natural process.
Okay, you're a very supportive dad, and I like you, my dude, but no, get more information.
When your moment comes, I have a very moving speech planned.
Last change that happened in my body was that I didn't have one, so I'm not really an expert here. Someone drank all the chocolate milk. I wonder who that could be.
I wonder who that could be, Scratch.
Wow.
In common.
Sure we do. We are now united by a period pact.
There you go.
Yeah, and then break up
I
the bond
don't
of
think
sisterhood
girls
that
actually
lasts
do
forever.
that with getting their
So
first
now,
periods,
ready for
but
Puppy Prom?
what do I know?
Libby, I know Hercules.
I don't know anything.
favorites. Oh,
But all bodies are different. Maybe what works for Sharon won't work for Libby.
Yeah, I was
You're
about to
right.
say,
It's a bunch of-
I'm pretty sure
This record's
every
going
woman's
forward.
body is
Should I
different,
have
yeah.
it ready?
It depends.
Sharon's probably not gonna have the same
I mean, just to be
type
safe.
of, I guess best way to say it is flow.
These are high-quality
As
trim
Libby.
boots. Stainless steel coils.
Just
360 degree. Melissa
But
stays
he is a
long
good
before
dad.
you want 'em, I can
He's
find
even
another
being
buyer.
supportive
In
of
fact,
Molly's
them
friends.
calling now.
Ha, hang with the big kids.
Oh, dang.
I mean the grown-ups.
Molly's gonna pretend to get her
Only give me
period.
pogo sticks.
Oh
I can make
gosh,
that work.
Molly.
Things away once
You
and
don't have to throw your toys away just because of that. I mean, goodness gracious, I got tons of, like, childlike stuff. I mean, I don't have, like, toys or nothing with me right now, but I mean, I got various books. I mean,
Sir,
You're right. Sorry, Scratch.
I forgive you. Now
dude,
let's get some frozen
don't be a
pizza and
pushover.
fancy French
Tell
fries.
Scratch no.
Colin, where are you? You look.
Good gosh, Molly.
And because we're also
Oh
I
gosh.
threw out that childish fun agenda and made him. I don't got it. No!
Well, that.
I'm so sorry.
I was about to say that worked out pretty good, but then you threw it all over them.
I'm not a grown-up like the two of you. I understand. And like, it's no big if you don't have your period yet. Everyone's body is on their own timeline.
I may have overbought.
No, I can use this. Okay, Donovan, I got a
It's
line
a
of
Daryl.
pizzas and Union.
Okay.
Work with me. What you got?
Yeah. Daryl's gonna come in handy with this. He can make a deal with somebody. It's always sunny in Sunnyland.
If you believe, in a few short hours,
So we're going
we'll be
from
in
periods
the world's
to
sunniest and funniest
upright
party.
and upbeat Sunnyland. All right, let's do it.
I can't take another detention. What? It's basically the same as your.
Why does this remind me of that song from Shrek? In the original Shrek, the first one, where Shrek and Donkey make it to Farquaad's little land and they have a little entry song. Who cares? Okay, so with a song like that, I am going to presume it's about to be raining in Sunnyland.
It's a dark day in Sunnyland as a once-in-a-century rainstorm floods the park. For the
Oh
first time in
gosh.
living memory, Sunnyland is closed.
But it's always sunny in
I was right.
Wait, really need rides and attractions and Sundays to happify us?
Yes!
I'm going to go grab my room.
But unless you can change the weather,
Okay, so how are you going to change the weather, Molly?
oh, that.
I know. I was about to say, I know it's you, Molly. What is the deal?
Sorry for the noise.
Went all out.
Oh, so you didn't change the weather, but you did the next best thing.
I'm so small. Why is this so hard?
Is it sunny? Hey, it's sunny. Or at least I'm presuming that's the name.
The old dangling of the carrot, huh? Well, dangle away, because I'm all for it. Give me your name tag. Can I be Duke?
I hear you, Scratch.
Yes,
Oh,
you
my
can.
goodness.
Congratulations on becoming an official Sunny Buddy, Duke.
Yeah.
That's your cutie.
You know, the thing about bribery is, it works.
It does.
Well, hold on to your hats.
Uh-oh.
Entering cloud
It's a
town.
windy,
This
sunny
one is
land
a
day.
fan favorite, but watch out, the last passenger to see this.
Oh, this is the best vacation ever.
Well,
Okay, so
when it comes to
Molly,
happifying,
everybody's having fun, but what about you?
Okay.
You have to
right,
do it
this
again
was
tomorrow.
Be a week-long vacation.
You look really tired. Maybe you should slow down.
Wait, but I.
And Libby's now on vacation with the rest of the family. Okay. Uh-oh.
But have any sunny shades in blue?
I think that means Molly might have cracked.
like more of a deal.
Okay, so there's obviously only like a minute or two left of the episode, so hopefully everyone's going to realize.
It's okay, Molly. Relax.
I like that it's Scratch there to like tell her relax, chill out. You know, he's comforting her. I'll try to remember to say something more about it. Don't why'd you do that, dude?
A lot of work into those.
Yeah.
Family vacation.
Thank you, Molly. Hey. Yeah. Y'all did do good.
How about that album?
I can still hear it in my sleep.
Then that's where we're gonna end. Oh, wait, no, that ain't where we're gonna end the episode. Alright, we're gonna end the episode with pictures. Awesome. Okay, so I like the way it ended. And the last picture had a caption under it saying, "It's always sunny with you," instead of "It's always sunny in Sunnyland." Okay, so where to start? So I need to get that in my head as to where to start for the first thoughts of this episode. And first thoughts of this episode is first half, really good. I like the way they handled all that. Second half, I'm just noticing I got a commercial playing in the background. So that's why we're just going to hit that button there and skip the ad and get back to Nemo Dreamscapes. So, yeah, first half of the episode. First thoughts, initial viewing, it handled the subject of that very well. I don't see how it could have handled it any different other than being like, hey, because the friendship that Molly and Libby have, Libby would have been comfortable enough with Molly just to kind of be like, hey, Molly, you know, this is what's happening, this is what just happened, so we're gonna have to do something here. So I feel like that would have been a realistic situation for the type of friendship they had. And with the way Molly's dad is just so freaking supportive about everything, he's very much a pushover, but he is also very supportive in a good way as well. And he's a pushover because of, you know, stuff like Scratch and stuff. You know, he let Scratch push him over. If I can get words out of my mouth tonight, but he let Scratch just kind of push him over and be like, all right, yeah, we buying these snacks. But he went out, he's getting all the stuff he needs, you know, for Libby. Granted, I think Andrea, I might start calling her Andrea. I don't know. I quit calling her. Actually, from the first episodes that we saw her in, she claimed how she did not like the name Andrea and her name was Andrea, and you know, she was who she was, and that's why I kind of always called her Andrea. So with the shift and her tone changing, hopefully I had that come out right. I've had a lot of energy drinks today, and I think I need to slow down on those because it's got my kind of, you know, the words in my head all mixed up. But with her character kind of shifting a lot and her not really wanting to change the pronunciation of her name, I'm kind of starting to think maybe I'll start calling her Andrea. I don't know. But overall, it did handle the subject of, you know, a girl getting their first period very well. I do wonder about Molly and whether or not her parents actually, well, it would be her mom that would probably say something. Granted, her dad might actually tell her about all that, but I would figure at least one of her parents would be like, hey, Molly, this is what's going to be happening in your life very soon. So we want to make sure to tell you what's going to be, you know, might be changes in your body and stuff like that. But she talked as if when Libby was like saying, hey, you know, it's kind of that time of the month, this is my first time, she was like, huh? What are you talking about? And that kind of throws me off. I mean, Molly's family is pretty tight knit, and I feel like her mom would be on top of things to be like, hey, Molly, fair warning, sooner or later you're gonna deal with this. And I figured Molly would be like really prepared for something like that and have an inhapification type deal just to help out with a situation like that. But you know what? It is what it is. It did give us a chance to see Andrea a little bit more and see a nicer side of her, being like, oh, now we've got something to bond over. You know, me and you, Libby, we're going to bond over this. And it gave her something to, you know, it gave them something in common to where they can get along. And I guess that was a good turning point, because then, you know, she's already been through her first one, so that means she could empathize with her and stuff like that. Granted, I don't know anything about what the pains of cramps are for that type of situation, and I never will, so I don't know, you know, how to be sympathetic towards, you know, the first time I'm going through all that stuff. So, yeah, in the second half of the episode, yeah, Molly, I'm glad they ended it really fast, and it was like, boom, we're done, you know. It's just like a click in their head, like, oh crap, we've been running Molly ragged. She did something great for us this day, and now we expected it the next day. We shouldn't have did that. We should have realized this is not an everyday thing. Molly's just being nice. But they did realize it, thankfully, really, really fast, and they ended up just building their own little Molly land and saying, hey, thank you, Molly. And it was a good ending for what was kind of a fillerish type of episode. So, and then Daryl at the end of the first half was like, I can use this stuff, you know, and he's trying to make deals. So, maybe we need an episode. No, I don't think we need an episode. I was going to say maybe we need an episode focusing on Daryl and all his little shady deals, but nah, I don't think we need that. I don't know how many of you also made it this far, but I am glad that we didn't have the chins in this one. It sounds horrible. I love story, don't get me wrong, but this show isn't necessarily made for stories, you know, story. We need a couple episodes in between. Maybe next episode we'll have the chins in there, but, you know, I'm glad that we're not focusing 100% on, like, oh, the chins are ghost hunters. We gotta worry about Scratch in the ghost world. Although, we're gonna have to have some story eventually, so maybe the next episode, I don't know. The next episode, episode 5 of this season, is the last episode of the first batch of episodes that they dropped for this season on Disney Plus, so maybe that'll be a bigger episode, I don't know. And I'm going to presume, before I can get to that they're probably going to end up dropping like 5 more episodes on me before I can get caught up. But either way, we're doing about 1 a week, so I'm going to shut up. I don't even know how many of you made it this far, but if you did, y'all know the drill by now from here. Hit that like, leave your comments down below, tickle to subscribe if you're new, don't be texting and driving, and as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.